Either you're doing it the spiritual or the physical or the English way or the traditional way, which someone like me who is a spiritualist, traditional diviner, and an English diviner, I am able to diagnose someone through the traditional divination. The first thing is to open up the divination to tell us your life path, which is your destiny. And I can also use through if I want to give you a comprehensive detail of what your destiny is all about, I can do it through the English method and traditional method, and I'll be able to give you the comprehensive detail about your life path and your destiny. So that's diagnosing you right there. If you're facing some certain problem, most times the reason why people go for spiritual diagnosis is when they start experiencing problems in their life, and they start trying to want to understand why and get answers. So that's where the spiritual diagnosis comes in, which is through divination.
Ziontv Gh, diving deep once again. Ziontv Gh, diving deep once again.
Your marriage and mama watching on my Ziontv Gh said that I know any that's on country and point Yakupon Basayadum. Coach a master of future with an unwajy FM de Aduye. Ziontv Gh just say, I don't want money to say any addition, any of the bremo. Any Yanya Queen Mother, you are Hanum na Obabe Chero African spirituality. And what you say about African spirituality grab a dog. You try one age about one crack or your bar, your bet your opinion. Na yada only nadi actually. You try how best is yes. So Ghpage BBC sabe said me kon me catch on me send yaba a obi akache, but it's unfortunate say on to me nkan twi ntino and the Ziontv you e camera fo yazu le gamu bisi nkan twi sa ntino ye be switch your language ni kakra yen twempini no na ye ne antwije nkomo. Good evening Queen Mother.
Good evening to you.
Please, how are you?
Zion, I'm good, thank you.
Wow. So if you don't know Queen Mother is Bisa to me, aka Bisa Cash's wife. Yeah, that's why it says Bisa Cash. If you want to know much about Bisa Cash, look at his wife, and you know that yes, indeed he understands spirituality. Please, may I know how? May I know your name, please?
I'm Empress.
Empress.
Yeah.
Empress is not a name.
That's what they call me. Empress, aka Queen of the Waters.
Wow. We are coming to learn African spirituality. And I know before someone will be a master in African spirituality, he must go through practices before that person can be announced as a spiritual master. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you became a spiritual master or mistress?
It actually started from my childhood.
Okay.
My grandfather,
my
maternal grandfather, was an Ifa diviner. He was a very strong spiritual man. And most of his children actually took after him. And that's where I think I took the gift of spirituality as well. My mother also was, she actually deviated from the path of the traditional spirituality.
Okay.
And she opened a church. She built a church. And my mother was a prophetess.
Oh, okay.
So she was also under spirituality.
Okay.
She worked for people, and she also led her church as well.
Wow.
So from a young age, from my secondary school, I was able to learn more about the English spirituality through my mother.
Okay.
Although as a prophetess, she did mix her spirituality with the traditional way as well when she works for people.
Okay.
She also had the gift of water as well.
Okay.
She was born with dreadlocks.
Wow.
So she was a very strong being from her childhood. So from there, from her spiritual church, I learned a lot of things on the spirituality. I learned spiritual works as well.
Oh, okay.
That was before I traveled to the U.S. To continue my education. And by the time I got to U.S., I was able to understand my call.
Oh.
Yeah, and when I understood my call, I had to go back to Nigeria to do my initiations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what motivated you? Because I know in our African homes, we are more closer to our mothers than our father. So how come you didn't follow the path of your mother to become a prophetess, and yet you continue on African spirituality?
Yes, that's a very good question. Because, you know, sometimes, or should I say most times, we Africans, we try to want to modernize ourselves.
Yeah.
We do not want to, you know, follow the path of our forefathers anymore.
Yeah.
Some of us are ashamed of the traditional spirituality.
Okay.
So even though most of them got their powers through the traditional spirituality or their gifts through traditional spirituality, they try to practice it
Okay.
in the form of religion, which they feel like is the English way.
Wow.
So I was able to understand that while I was studying in US.
Okay.
When I started getting messages from our ancestors.
Wow.
Who made me understand what my path is really all about.
How were your colleagues cooperating with you? Because, you know, in these modern days, if you tell people that, especially you are female, your colleagues see you to be spiritual practitioner, how were they cooperating with you?
I would say I'm not just only a traditional practitioner.
Okay.
I'm all in one, which is, I call myself a spiritualist.
Okay.
Okay, I am spiritual. I'm not under religion. I am rather under spirituality, which means that I practice both tradition and pure spirituality.
Okay, since you've mentioned spirituality, what is spirituality?
Spirituality is connecting with your higher self.
Okay.
Knowing yourself, understanding that your higher self, which is the God, is within you, not outside you.
Okay. You know, in these days, we have religion, and sometimes people misunderstand spirituality, spiritism, and religion. What is the differences between spirituality, religion, and spiritism?
In my own way of defining or differentiating between spirituality and religion, my way of defining religion is when people try to connect with a higher force outside themselves, feeling and thinking that there is another super being or superpower outside themselves, which is like a being.
All right.
while spirituality is understanding that that thing you're looking for outside yourself is actually within you,
Okay.
not outside you.
Wow. What is spiritual path? Because I know before someone will be spiritually inclined, the person must understand his or her spiritual path. When we say spiritual path, what is spiritual path?
Spiritual path is like what we call destiny.
Okay.
And we have different types of destiny,
Okay.
which is different type of spiritual paths, which comes in numbers.
Okay.
In the English version of spiritual paths,
Okay.
we have from number 1 to 9 in numerology,
Okay.
which all these numbers mean different things.
Okay.
And we call it destiny numbers.
All right.
And in the traditional version,
Okay.
we have 4. And under those 4, it also explains what that person's spiritual path or what their destiny is all about.
Okay. So as an individual, how will I know that indeed this is my spiritual path?
Most times, some people know through their childhood. Most parents actually see that in their children. For instance, I'm talking about in the physical way.
Okay.
From childhood, you see kids start displaying some behaviors.
Yeah.
They have some type of characteristics, and if their parents are vigilant enough, they will be able to understand what that child's calling and their destiny is all about.
Okay.
Another method of knowing what your spiritual path is all about is through divination. Either you're doing it through the English way, which is astrology and numerology, or through the traditional way, which is Ifa, or what some people call Afa.
Yeah.
So that's how you know what your spiritual path is all about.
Does forgetting your spiritual path have consequences on the person? Maybe when you mix your spiritual path, will it have consequences on you?
Sure, absolutely. It does have consequences.
And what are some of the consequences?
Some of the consequences is for you not being able to be fulfilled in life. People going through struggles in life, disappointments, setbacks, delay. A lot of things are, there to show and prove that that person had missed it. Yeah, people trying to compare themselves with other people, trying to do what other people are doing, which may not be good for them. Yeah, so I would like to emphasize more on that spiritual part.
Yeah. So you were talking of astrology.
Yeah.
I know astrology contains numbers. What are certain key, how do I quote it? The importance of numbers in astrology.
Well, I think you're talking about numerology.
Yes.
Numerology deals with number.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you understand the numbers is through your date of birth, through your name, your last name. And these are being calculated if you actually are you're an English diviner, you're taught how to calculate these numbers, break it down, and you come at the last digit number, which tells you what that person's spiritual path is all about. It's actually from number 1 to 9. Yeah.
So concerning numerology, can calculating your numbers give or pinpoint a specific incident that may happen to you in your lifetime?
Well, yes. That's when you now merge numerology with astrology. Yeah, because your life path number actually reads exactly what your destiny is all about. So everything is there. It may not be like, from point to point, but it gives you a comprehensive a comprehensive story
Oh, okay.
or, you know, a comprehensive way of letting you know what your destiny is all about.
Oh, okay.
And when you include or merge astrology to it, astrology tells you what your zodiac sign is, what your element is.
Okay.
So under these zodiac elements and all of this, you know, it also tells you what that element is all about, which tells you what your destiny is all about.
Okay.
It tells you what your characteristics, your behavior, and everything is all about. So when you merge this both together, you know, it gives you a comprehensive picture of what your destiny is all about. So you actually, it's like you having a map
Okay.
of what your life is all
Well, it is
about,
going
how
to
to
guide
how
you.
to go about your life.
Oh, okay.
It gives you a guide
Yeah.
to your destiny
Wow.
and about your destiny.
You know, when someone is sick, you go to hospital, you need to see, you need to go to the laboratory for them to diagnose you. I know in spirituality, we have spiritual diagnose. When we say spiritual diagnose, what is spiritual diagnose?
Yeah, spiritual diagnosis is either you're doing it the spiritual or the physical or the English way or the traditional way,
Okay.
which someone like me who is a spiritualist, a traditional diviner, and an English diviner,
Okay.
I am able to diagnose someone through the traditional divination.
Okay.
The first thing is to open up the divination to tell us your life path,
Okay.
which is your destiny. And I can also use through if I want to give you a comprehensive detail of what your destiny is all about, I can do it through the English method and the traditional method.
Okay.
And I'll be able to give you the comprehensive detail about your life path and your destiny.
Okay.
So that's diagnosing you right there.
Okay.
If you're facing, you know, some certain problems, you know, most times the reason why people go for spiritual diagnosis is when they start experiencing situations, problems in their lives. They start trying to want to understand why and get answers. So that's where the spiritual diagnosis comes in, which is through divination. We'll be able to diagnose what your problem is and redirect you.
Okay. You know, sometimes I will compare physical, what everybody can relate to. If someone is sick and the person goes to hospital, they are going to take certain things from the person, like your blood, your urine, and they send it to the laboratory to diagnose your problem. In divination or in African spirituality, do you need certain things from the person before you can diagnose the person?
Like I said before, this divination is done through different method. But the most common method is in the traditional way is for you to touch something in the oracle, which is maybe if you're using shells for your divination, if you're using bones, it just depends. You have to touch something with your left hand. So it's like you connecting with the oracle. And through that way, you know, the spirit connects and begins to, you know, reveal everything about that person. While in the English method, we use through knowing the date of birth of that person, knowing the person's first, middle, and last name, and all of that. While some way of divination for some people, maybe if the person is not there, you know, they can use anything that belongs to that person to do divination and reveal what they need to know about that person.
After diagnosing the person, I know you can get a good news or a bad news. In case the news that comes is bad, do you have a solution to the person's problem?
Yeah, actually the divination also tells you what to do. When you, in the traditional way of divination, Sometimes people just want to know what the problem is.
Okay.
Maybe they may not be ready to resolve it.
Okay.
And if they are ready to resolve it as well,
Okay.
you check it through the divination, what should be done for that person's problem to be resolved.
Okay.
And the divination would, reveal what's to be done.
Okay.
And while in the English method, which is astrology and numerology, you are able to resolve these problems through counseling. Okay,
Yeah.
which means that you already know that person's issue. Probably their life path is different from what they are doing.
Okay.
And when that happens, they begin to experience problems. So the counseling is redirecting them to what they are supposed to be doing based on their life path number.
Okay.
What's the details about their life path number. So that is like you creating an answer and solution to their problems. Some people, their numbers could be showing that they have accumulated, karmas that they have to pay.
Okay.
So
can astrology or numerology, after diagnosing the person, how assured can you give the person that by me providing you this solution, the problem will never come, or it won't come to pass? The problem that is pending will never come to pass.
Okay, well, in this life, there's nothing that is constant.
Okay.
Okay? There's nothing that is constant in life. We have what we call change.
Okay.
And the only thing in life that is constant is actually change.
Okay.
So, but there is a big assurance that when you counsel people on what they are supposed to do through the English method,
yeah,
even if not all of their problem that will be solved,
okay,
at least 70% of their problems would be resolved.
Okay.
Remember, these diagnoses or divination, the revelation through divination,
yes,
it's not only about the problems that these people bring to you.
Okay.
It also deals with people's personality, their character, which could be causing problems for them as well.
Okay.
So when you are diagnosing someone or you are treating them of a major problem that has to do with destiny and life path, you may not know what their behavior, their personal behavior is out there with people, which can also, it can affect even the work that you have done for them.
Okay.
You may be resolving problem for someone through the spiritual method, and their behavior is very bad.
Okay.
And they end up bringing back these problems again to themselves through their behavior and their habits.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a spiritualist, would you tell a problem without giving out a solution?
No, I learned both divination. I was initiated through the Oromila Ifa method.
Okay.
I was initiated into the Olokun, which is the water goddess, Mami Water, and all of this. And in all of this, I've been taught spirituality as well, spiritual works as well. Okay. So I understand how to work also for people.
Okay. The reason why I was asking this question is, have you ever heard of Nostradamus?
Yes.
And Baba Vanga?
Yes.
They predicted these calamities that is going to befall on the world. And they never give out, solutions to that problems. Like Ukraine, what happened in Ukraine, what is happening in Russia and other countries. The man has already, the lady has already predicted, Baba Vanga and Nostradamus, they've already predicted, but they didn't come out with a solution, what we would do so that this calamity will not be, be falling onto us. So that's why I was asking that, is it advisable to tell the problem without providing solution to the problem?
Okay, this is where the life path number comes in. Let me break this down.
Okay.
I would use the traditional method of revealing people's life path.
Okay.
Like we have 4. One has to deal with you being a messenger.
Okay.
If you are a messenger, that means you can teleport, or deities or gods could teleport messages through you.
Okay.
Which, when you're under this life path,
Okay.
which is a messenger, you are a prophet. You're either a prophet, a prophetess, you know, a leader of spirituality and stuff like that.
Okay.
This simply means that you being a messenger, you can only transport messages from the higher consciousness, okay, or from higher beings to people. You do not have the power to resolve the problem.
Okay.
In these 4 types of spiritual paths and destiny in the traditional way, we also have another life path, which is a person who is between the spiritual world and the physical world. They hold the key to all the doors. They can open any door. That particular one, it's broken in, you know, in other branches as well, which simply means that as somebody who is connected to both the spiritual realm and the physical realm, you are also a messenger. You are a prophet and you are a diviner, and you also do spiritual works. So you connect people from this world to the other world, which means when people bring in their problem, you have the power to connect with the higher realm and get solution to their problems. You have the power to work for people as well. You are not only giving messages, you are also working for people. And then we have another life path, which is the gatekeepers. What these people do, they are able to give sacrifices to the higher realm or the higher beings. That's just only what they're all about. We have another life path, which is like, you know, the leaders, queenship, kingship, you know, politicians, entrepreneurs, and all of that. Business, business-minded people, you know, businessmen, businesswomen. That's another life path. So all these different life paths are different. Why some people have all in one? Okay. So there are some people who have 2 in these 4. Some have just 1. So when they have one, such as being just a messenger, you know, the only thing that they are gifted to do is they can transport messages from the higher realm to the physical realm, and they can give you messages, but they don't have the power to work for you.
So then, what's the use of the message? Because telling me you are even putting my life into, you know, fear, because I'll be working and be thinking of the calamity that is going to befall on me. Why should you give me without solution? Why should you tell me what is going to happen in the near future without giving me a solution?
Well, that's their gift. Sometimes when you know your problem, you start finding a way to tackle your problems. So many of this type of people, they're like church pastors, church prophets. They can tell you what your problem is, but they cannot resolve it. That's why when you work with people, it's very important for you to work with people. You may be a prophet who gives messages, you know, who give people messages from the higher realm. You can decide to, if you want to become, you know, you want to go into that part of giving messages, like maybe opening a church or opening, you know, any kind of place where people can come for you to give messages. I think there's a need for you to work with another person who knows how to resolve the problem as well. Some people have it all in one. Like I said, those are the kind of people we call geniuses. Those are star seeds.
You made mention of spiritual counseling. And some, like a layman like me, I don't have much knowledge about spirituality. What is spiritual counseling?
Well, spiritual counseling is when you diagnose people of what their problems are, which is through divination, either through the traditional way or the English way. And after diagnosing these people, you counsel them on what to do. This is like solution, giving solution to their problems now.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, through the English way, we would call it canceling.
Yeah.
And so that canceling can be you talking to them, telling them, advising them,
okay,
telling them what to do. And if they are ready to do it, and you could help them with the process
okay,
of doing the work, you know. And I called it canceling because I would use the word the modern oracle.
okay,
I'll say I'm a modern oracle.
okay,
So I would use the word canceling, you know, for my work.
okay.
If people come to me after I diagnose, and I cancel you on what to do.
Okay. So so what are some of the words that you would tell them that it may be detach yourself from these things, or do you have, you know, example that you can give?
Yes. We have what we call like the karmic numbers.
Okay.
When we diagnose you through divination.
Okay.
If I diagnose you through numerology,
Yeah.
and knowing your life path numbers,
Okay.
and understand that you have a karmic number, for instance, I can cancel you on how to go about
Okay.
resolving your karmic debts,
Okay.
which can mean me letting you know where your problems are
Okay.
through your karmic debts,
Okay.
your karmic numbers.
Okay.
I'll be able to redirect you to what you're supposed to be doing and what you're not supposed to be doing.
Okay. So what's karma? Because you are mentioning karmic debt. I don't know. When we say debt in our own mind, we think like you are owing someone. So you can explain that one.
Yeah, karmic debt is a debt that you have accumulated through your past lives.
Okay.
I hope you understand that there is something we call reincarnation.
You were saying past life, so
Yeah,
I
past
wanted
life
to even
is,
ask you that.
yeah, past life is people who have been in existence before.
Okay.
When they die, they reincarnate again.
Okay.
And
they take another body.
Yeah, they take another body and they reincarnate again into another realm, or back to the realm where they were before.
Right.
So if you accumulate karmic debts through your past life, that could be like you have done things that are wrong.
Okay.
And if you are not able to correct it,
okay,
that means you are going to carry it over to the next life and redo it again.
Okay. Do you believe in heaven and hell?
Oh, well, when I was religious, I used to believe that.
Okay.
But when I became spiritual,
yeah,
there's no such thing as heaven or earth. It is you who creates your heaven.
Okay.
It's you who creates your hell.
There's no question for me, because I want you to ask that if you believe in heaven and hell, then why then do you talk about reincarnation? But since you say you don't believe, in conclusion, what advice do you have for our viewers? And you can give out your number and your location so that when people want to reach out to you, they can reach out to you.
Yeah, the advice I have for people out there is, if you start experiencing things that you do not understand about your life, which brings in you questioning yourself and wanting to know your personality, who am I?
Okay.
When you start being in that state of consciousness, I would call it.
Okay.
Because it's only when you're starting to become conscious, you start to question things.
Yeah.
Who am I? Why is this thing like this?
Yeah.
Why is this not like this?
Yeah.
That's when it calls for, as long as it's not anything that has to do with health issues,
yes,
you know that something is not just right.
Okay.
That's where the spiritual diagnosis is important.
Oh, okay.
For you to diagnose yourself through people who understands how to do divination, let them diagnose you. And there are different things as well. Sometimes some people don't need too much. They just need like maybe spiritual cleansing, continuous spiritual cleansing to clean their aura.
Okay.
And, you know, with that, it helps them to...
I want to ask a question. You know, the modern way of spiritual cleansing is quite different from the ancient ones or our traditional own. How do you like cleansing someone? Do you use these modern people, they'll be using sage leaves and smokes to be cleansing you. How do you cleansing people?
Yeah, I learned the spiritual works through the English method.
Okay.
And through the traditional method as well. So I mostly easily do the English method, which is the English way of cleansing through herbs and spices.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know and understand spices.
Okay.
I understand herbs as well.
Okay.
And I understand leaves,
okay.
which
And
is the
I know
traditional
sometimes
way.
you guys use gemstones and these crystal stuff.
Yeah, but one very common way that I introduce the cleansing is through the mixture of herbs or spices. It depends on the type of cleansing, but I have one that I name Rebirth. Rebirth cleansing. It's a general cleansing. Why it's called the Rebirth cleansing is because it helps you to clean your aura. It helps you to get clarity after you start using it. You get clarity. It reboots you. It energizes you. It helps you to connect with your higher self. It helps you to awaken your consciousness. Yeah, it's an energy boost. Trust me. And that's I created through spices. Yeah, spices, and it's done through. There's one that you could drink. So it cleanses you from the inside. There are some people that their third eye is blocked. And their aura is dirty. As a result, they face blockages, disappointments, setbacks, and all of that. So through this method of cleansing, you can cleanse your aura, and it boosts you again to reconnect with your higher consciousness, and it just helps you to have breakthroughs in a lot of things. And then the one that you drink is different from the one that you use for bath. That one is something you could drink. It helps you to gradually cleanse your third eye. Yeah, and maybe if you were a dreamer, you were a visionary, you no longer are able to connect with these gifts. This helps you to reconnect gradually. Yeah.
Okay. Can you give out your contact and social media platform so that if people want to reach out to you, they can contact you?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel which is called The Empress. The Empress channel. If you type in The Empress channel, you'll be able to get my YouTube channel. And I have a class as well, which is it's something I do with my husband.
Okay, so you can provide the links after the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, in that class we teach astrology, numerology, spirituality, palmistry, and herbs. So my international number, I base in California, but I'm here in Ghana because of my husband. So my California number is +1 424 303 0437.
Can you
Again, +1 424 303 0437. And my Ghana number. Yeah, you can connect with me also with my Ghana number. I'll pull it out. I'm sorry, I really don't know that offhand, but okay. My Ghana number is +233 54 950 5468. Again, +233 54 950 5468. So you could be able to reach me with any of these two numbers, either through WhatsApp or through direct call or messages as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But Instead of making an empress and then a come on bisa cash, aka bisa to me. Yeah, Nidi back on the exam only is exam only. On our bomb wati. Yes, near any and come on na wa brief you and our more spirituality I say. And in I make us say, we are ba na say in this spirituality a cheer one hour how because your uncrophobia omo nim die sino omo ofese no omo dwene sino but still na no omo is submissive African spirituality cheer then a chere so say wo de untumi die chire bi afutu ho ensa chere nimpa agisin so hwe but men twa man so hwe ne mba aha na diguma di nbisi da sene yakra mu nyina bye bye.
Ziontv Gh diving deep once again.
Ziontv Gh said that
Ziontv Gh diving deep once again.